All right, I'm going to do a quick video on how to handle activities and training sessions. So, of course, go to ESOsuite.net. That's where you start. Your agency code, of course, Baxter Fire. All right, and it brings this up. So you'll have activities and personnel management, and that's the two we're going to be dealing with. We're going to look at activities first. So activities is just stuff that's usually done around the station, or hose testing, that kind of thing. It's not training. It's not out in the public. It's stuff that we do for day-to-day operations. So that's where we're at with that. I've even used it to go out and talk to people about burn complaints and stuff there. And since I haven't fixed this yet, we'll go ahead and do this. We'll switch it over from scheduled to completed, because every month our training session pops up, and every month our fire meeting pops up, so that it's easy to take care of. It started at 1800, and most people got out at 2030 or so. We'll go ahead and put the date on that. It was for last fire meeting. There you go. And then who that it was completed by. And so when I do this, the people that are present that were there, I'll do them first. And I've got a list here. There's Jared, Seth, Wayne, sorry, it kind of takes a while to go through this. Okay, and then we'll close that out, and then that'll have their points here for that, their hours that they showed up. Then I'm going to uncheck to use this hours. I'm going to add again, and all these are the guys are the ones that called in and were excused, but it's not going to have any time with it. And so all those guys will be listed as excused. They'll show up, that they'll get credit for being there, but they don't get the hours of credit because they weren't actually there. And then you'll hit OK, and it took that one off. Also today, so that was operational tasks. Now we have events. Events are stuff that happen outside of the station, like PR events that we go to, or different things like that. I did a CPR class this morning, and I entered most of this stuff before I went. We just have to come down to completed by. Yeah, doesn't look like that was on there. For some reason, it went ahead and locked it instead of just saving it, but it's locked that it was completed by me. So that's the activity. Activities are stuff that's done outside. It'll ask you questions. Well, we'll just create another one real quick. That it's scheduled and actually it was completed. Oh, that's what the deal was. I put it on completed. Rather than scheduled, if it was just on scheduled, it would still be open. But as soon as you click it over to completed, it'll lock the report as soon as you hit OK. But anyway, it'll be scheduled. Event name, we can do CPR again. The event type, it was a public education, and we don't have any tags or event locations. Is the Baxter Springs Middle School. It's at 102 North Main, or North Military. Okay, and then click OK on that. I'm writing the events, and then if it was in certain spots or certain locations, you could put it. If we had districts or divisions or more than one station, we could say what department went where. Put the type of class. It was a first aid CPR class. Its risk category would be community health. It's not really accredited for anything. And then the interactive age, we had 22 students, and they were freshmen, so they're 14. And then the one teacher. So, and then that'll be listed in that group there. Stephanie Dewey. Stephanie Dewey was the contact name. I was supposed to be there at 0800 today, and it went till 0927 today. So that's the time that's scheduled, and then it goes from your on-scene time. Got there a little bit early, and then it was 9:30 by the time I got stuff out of the building. So, and then anybody who's involved in it, and then I don't have any interactions or anything. And so there is, if we just leave it at scheduled, then it would show up as scheduled not completed, that it was due, and then we can go ahead and click on it. It was scheduled and it got to completed. All right, there you go. It's now marked as completed and not completed. So that has to do with activities. Now we're going to go over to training real quick. So training is under the personnel module, and you'll have to switch over to the tab. So under personnel module, it's all the HR information that you need, and personal contacts and all that. So, but we also have training, and so we're going to start a class for the Firefighter 1 training guys, and that's what you click, new class. I've already went in and added the firefighter class here, but if you didn't, you'd have to come down to settings, and so we have our class list. Go under class names and then click add. If you add new sessions, you also have to add a session here, if for a session name. But so we'll go back to training. We're going to be adding a class, and it's a Firefighter 1 class. Right there it is. Great, and it gives all that information. If it was a class number, we could add a class number there. So we're going to create the class, and it's going to open it here. All right, all that information is already populated from the other side, but of course we can add a little bit of information. We don't have a category there. Method of instruction was a lecture. The educational facility, oh well, we didn't really do that one, but you can put Kansas Fire Rescue Institute because they're doing the class. We can go ahead and hit save. Try to fill out as much information as possible. We don't really have a contact name, probably not much comments. So there we are there with that. The next thing we need to do is add a session. So this is the class and it's open, but there's multiple sessions of the class. So we click add session. This is Firefighter 1 training, and that's already there. This is required for the fire department. So it's not a required class, but they are making a difference. And then when it says section objectives, we just put what they accomplished that night. So we just have to ask them and put it in there. So the first night, I believe, was hazmat awareness, and we'll just put it there for now. The first class I went to, I think, was February 24th. I think was the first time they went to class, so we'll just call it that. They get there, starts date, and I think they got over, we'll call it 2100. So the instructors in there, we don't have. I went ahead and put some of the class instructors there. I know Sean's one of them. I put them in as external personnel, so we'll be able to find them, and they can help out that way. So that's how I entered with Sean Price. The training location is Columbus Fire, and it'll auto-populate all that stuff. So you'll hit save, and that'll give you that class. Now you have to go into, or that session. Now you have to go into that session to manage the people there in that session. You can also on sessions, you could add skills that are granted. So on our firefighter skills that we're working through right now, I have all those skills listed in there. And so as they complete it, we just mark it off that they completed that skill. If there's any credentials or credit awards or anything that we decide to put in there, credit awards usually have to deal with state level goals. All right, once you get all that information entered, you'll click Manage Attendees. And that'll bring up this screen. Usually you click Add Attendees, and then you just select everyone that you want. And then you'll click Apply, and then you'll decide whether or not they attended. And if they attended, you click Yes, and if they passed the night, or you can put the grade that they got on a test or whatever, and then save. And that'll take care of that section. So, and then as we need more sections, you just add for each night that they do. Once you click complete this class, it locks forever and you can't unlock it. So you would have to build another whole class at that point. So we try to keep those open until we know that we're done with them. So we still have some stuff open from the last couple months, just until everybody gets stuff closed out. Anyway, there's a quick breakdown. If you have any questions, just let me know, and we'll try to get them taken care of. Thank you.